For my final presentation, I'm going to take a closer look at the theorem about the non-solvability of polynomials of degree 5. This theorem is at the end of section 6.5 and tells us that the Galois group of the polynomial over Q is S5, which is not solvable. Therefore, P of X is not solvable by radicals. So this proof has a series of steps that include everything that we've covered throughout the course. So going through it in steps, the first thing to prove that P of X is isomorphic, or P of X over Q is isomorphic to S5, we have to show that it's irreducible over Q. I used some software to see that it could not be factored over Q, but I also found Eisenstein's criterion to show that it is irreducible. Eisenstein's criterion takes the polynomial and you look for a prime factor of everything but the leading term. So a prime factor of all of the rest of these terms. If it is also not a factor of the leading coefficient and p squared is not a factor of the constant term, then we know it's irreducible. So in our case, p was equal to 3 and p squared was equal to 9. Our constant term was 3, so it also shows that it's irreducible. Taking a look at the graph, we can see 1, 2, 3 real zeros, or roots. By the fundamental theorem of algebra, we know there are 5. Since none of these are repeated, because they all pass through the 0, we know the other 2 must be complex roots. This is important because it tells us more about the type of Galois group that we have. If you look back at our definitions from 6.17 and the propositions defining the Galois group, we have these 3 pieces. And what we're trying to show right here is that our group is isomorphic to a subgroup of S5. So what we know so far is that we have 2 complex roots. They are always conjugates, so we know there is a 2 cycle. We also know from some theorems we proved in chapter 4 that if alpha is a root, the order of the extension field Q of alpha over Q is equal to 5. So that'll tell us that we have a 5 cycle. Using the Lagrange theorem, the order of the Galois group is divisible by 5, and so it has an element of the order of a 5 cycle. So now we've got a 2 cycle and a 5 cycle. Then, using the theorem from 5.2.13, we knew that if a subgroup H of Sn contains a 2 cycle and an n cycle, then it's equal to the entire group. While in our case, we know it's a subgroup of S5. We also know that it contains a 2 cycle and a 5 cycle. Kind of skipped a step here. We know this is a subgroup of S5 from part B right here. What we're trying to figure out is what subgroup of S5 it is. And because it has a 2 cycle and a 5 cycle from this theorem, I plugged in all the stuff we know about our problem. We know that the Galois group is the same as S5. Then we've already proven that S5 is not solvable. So therefore, P of X is not solvable by radicals. We also know there cannot be a general formula that solves every polynomial of degree 5 radicals, because we just found one that is not solvable by radicals. So there's no general formula. to solve polynomials of degree 5. Taking a look at another example, here's a polynomial, and I'm trying to figure out if it's solvable by radicals. It is irreducible. Again, you can check it with any software. What I found interesting about this problem is it does not satisfy Einstein's criterion, but it was still irreducible. So this Eisenstein's criterion, if it doesn't satisfy it, doesn't mean it's not irreducible. It's just if it does satisfy it, you do know for sure. So when it works, it's a nice shortcut. I tried to find one that was irreducible and it did not work. When I graphed this one other difference between this one and the last problem is we only had one real root. So that means we have two pairs of complex roots, two pairs of conjugates. So we have two cycles. All we need to know is that there's at least one 2 cycle, because again, applying this theorem from chapter 4, we know there is a 5 cycle, a 2 cycle, and a 5 cycle tells us the entire group S5 is generated. So similar to the last one, we know P of X is not solvable by radicals.